Have you scrolled through endless wellness tips only to feel more scattered and stuck? If your heart aches for a practice that truly grounds you, you're in the right place. Today we silence the overwhelm and invite you home, transforming healing into a devoted ceremony, not another checklist. We cover a heartfelt story of shifting from chasing content to sacred practice, the miracle 528 Hertz solfeggio frequency for whole body regeneration, your number one acupressure point, pericardium 6, as a quick anywhere ritual, a visceral sandalwood ritual to anchor presence, a rose and hibiscus tea blend to sweeten your heart, and daily devotion practices to weave ceremony into every moment. Do you ever sense a quiet pulse deep in your bones, calling you towards something bigger than symptom relief? You aren't here to fix yourself. You are here to remember that the healer has always lived within you. Welcome to Awaken Your Inner Healer, a sacred container where we dive past quick tips and surface-level solutions. I'm Marcy Labor, your guide and fellow traveler, inviting you to step into a lineage of wise women who have always healed from the inside out. Here, we don't chase healing, we uncover it. Each week, we'll anchor into ritual, breathing into points that ancient practitioners revered, call in allies from the therapeutic oils to earthy herbs that speak directly to your cells, and decode the whispers, the emotional remembrances hiding in your body's terrain. You already carry this knowing, one breath, one point, one ritual at a time. When you learn an acupressure point, teach one. As you awaken your own inner healer, you awaken thousands more. Together, we're not just changing habits, we're shifting the very energy of our lineage, one healed heart at a time. This series is for educational and ritual purposes only. Always honor your unique path and consult a healthcare provider as needed. Let's begin. Make the time, create the space, heal yourself. Welcome back, Luminous Soul. I'm so grateful you're here for the second of 5 episodes in our mini-series, Awaken Your Inner Healer, the 5 Frequencies of Healing. Today we tune into episode 26, Devotion, Healing as Ceremony, Not Content. You, yes you, who've carried so much with grace, who have researched every method and still sense there's something more. You're here because you long for a practice that feels soulful, not just another checklist. I'm confident about what's really holding you back. You need time and space to heal. If you really desire to heal, reclaim time and space for devotion. In this second of 5 sacral transmissions in Awaken Your Inner Healer, we honor devotion, the art of tending your body as a living altar rather than another to-do. You've tried protocols and hacks, yet your heart whispered that true healing is an act of love, not content consumption. Find your quiet space, settle in, and let's consecrate this moment together. This isn't about mastering techniques. It's about devoting yourself, every breath, every touch, every intention, to your own sacred return. In this episode, you'll learn an invocation, how to shift from chasing protocols to consecrating each moment as ceremony. An acupressure ritual activating pericardium 6, your inner gate, on your wrist for instant calm, clarity, and nervous system reset. Sound healing using the 528 Hertz miracle tone for heart coherence, DNA repair, and whole body regeneration. Our aroma and sip today is sandalwood essential oil with its heart altar ritual and rose and hibiscus tea infusion with honey for tendering the heart. And I'll share some daily micro ceremonies, simple practices, mantras, blessings, and mini rituals to weave devotion into every breath and gesture. Healing as ceremony, not content, is an important thing to remember. I offer this moment as ceremony. Ceremony is the silent language through which your soul remembers. Long before modern fixes existed, our ancestors gathered in sacred space, lighting a fire, raising a chant, pouring libation. to remind themselves of something they already knew deep within. The body is its own temple, and ritual is the key that unlocks its wisdom. When you bow before an invocation or move through a healing ritual, even something as simple as a few intentional breaths or anointing your palms with oil, you're not learning something new. You're reawakening a memory. Ceremony reprograms the mind by interrupting the everyday noise and inviting your spirit to speak. It draws you out of autopilot and back into the flow of ancient knowing, where your inner healer has always resided. So before you begin your acupressure practice or blend that first drop of essential oil, stop. Make the time, create the space, speak aloud your intent, whether a whispered prayer, a mantra, or a simple declaration of presence. As you move through each step, feel how your body softens, your mind clears, and how that innate wisdom pulses back to life. This is the power of sacred ritual. It doesn't grant you new abilities. It reminds you of the truth you have always held. And in that remembering, your inner healer finds its voice again. Make the time, create the space, heal yourself. Let's perform this invocation together. I tend to my body not as a project, but as a sacred altar. I do not chase healing, I walk with it. Here's my story on how I became devoted to ceremony and not any more content. There was a morning when I awoke before dawn, rolled out my yoga mat on the floor, sat down, and I closed my eyes. No agenda, no protocols, no apps. I simply sat with myself, tuning into the quiet rhythm of my breath. And in that stillness, I felt a gentle invitation. This is ceremony, not another checklist. I dropped into the meditation, listening for the subtle pulse beneath my thoughts, and realized I'd been chasing content every corner. Podcasts, articles, scrolls, while my own inner wisdom whispered beneath that noise. And in that sacred pause on my mat, I devoted myself fully to presence, inhaling devotion, exhaling performance. With my hands resting on my knees, I invited the inner gate, pericardium 6, to open. No lessons, no how-tos, just devoted attention to the sacred altar of my own body. And in that devoted moment, I reawakened the inner healer who'd always lived within me, waiting not for information, but for my devotion. You, yes you, who've scrolled through endless tips and still feel that gentle tug towards something more. You know what it means to crave depth over distraction. Each time you've paused your day to sit in that quiet space, you've answered the call of your own wisdom, and hopefully you felt the shift. Every morning I return to that mat, I notice my chest unclench. Stress no longer roared, it softened into an invitation to come home. I looked forward to that time in the morning. Fatigue lifted like mist as I inhaled devotion instead of expectation. And in those devoted breaths, my body remembered its original rhythm, steady, grounded, whole. Whatever drops you into your own meditation is medication. Maybe it's running or Pilates or swimming or sitting in nature. Create the time and space for your deepest healing. The unclenching and unwinding of the mind to allow divine intelligence in every cell to do its sacred work within your body is worth creating the time for. Your body, mind, and spirit will resound with a new rhythm, calmer, more peaceful, and at a sustainable pace for deep healing to begin. You can feel it too. The moment you devote yourself fully to presence, your inner healer stirs. Your mind unclutters, your heart unclenches, and your spirit settles into its natural song. This is your transformation in motion, proof that when devotion leads, healing follows. Let the feeling and frequency of devotion wash over you like a warm incense smoke. You don't need to perform, you need to devote. Your body isn't a to-do list, it's a living temple. Pause, breathe, and exhale. The solfeggio frequency most closely associated with devotion is 528 hertz. It's known as the miracle tone. This heart-opening resonance supports deep love, compassion, and a profound sense of sacred commitment. When you play 528 hertz during your ritual, you'll find that you have more heart coherence. It helps synchronize your heart and brain rhythms, fostering emotional balance and resilience, and supports cellular repair at the molecular level, and encourages regeneration throughout your body. It's healthy for your endocrine function and your cortisol regulation. In fact, it lowers cortisol levels, especially during sleep, when most cell-level repairs occur, and supporting cellular regeneration and overall hormonal balance. This frequency clears energetic blockages, allowing your intention of devotion to flow unobstructed through your subtle energy channels. So feel the sacredness of this tone as you inhale devotion and exhale everything else that no longer serves. This is ceremony. This is devotion. Pericardium 6 is often called the guardian of the heart, a vigilant gatekeeper at the threshold of your emotional temple. It helps you regulate what energy reaches your heart, gently filtering the outside world, so only what is nurturing, safe, and aligned can pass through. When this acupressure point is activated, the heart begins to feel safe. You shift from chaos to clarity, from tension to tenderness, from stress to bliss. And the best part? You already carry this healing power in your fingertips. Let's walk through this together. I will now cue the point. All you really need to do is follow my cues. Begin by taking a deep inhale through your nose and exhale softly through your mouth. Let your belly rise as you breathe in again and exhale. Take 2 more slow, steady breaths. As you exhale, feel your shoulders drop. Now place your right hand on the inside of your left wrist. Let your ring finger line up with the crease where your wrist bends, on the inner aspect of your wrist. Allow your ring finger, middle, and index fingers to fall naturally onto your forearm. Feel for the 2 tendons running down your arm. If you wiggle your index and middle fingers, they'll move on your wrist. In that soft space between the tendons, I want you to pull your index finger back right into that spot. And right beneath your index finger, you'll find pericardium 6. Good. You found your inner gate. To stimulate this point, press inward with a gentle, steady pressure. You can use your index finger, or I like to switch to my thumb for comfort and rest my fingers on the back of my wrist for support. You can try the same. Begin a small circular motion, rolling this motion up towards your elbow crease slightly, and then gently back down towards your wrist. It's a small push-me-pull-you motion. It's very subtle, and it's soothing and intuitive. Breathe in slowly for a count of 4, and exhale for a count of 4. Notice any shift. For many, this is where a sigh happens, a warmth in the chest maybe, or a quiet unwinding feeling. Stay here for another 10 seconds. Let your body soften and let your heart open. Feel very relaxed. Let's move over to the opposite wrist. Locate the point in the same manner, in the same location as you did on your left wrist. Place your fingers gently across your wrist. Find the tendons, and then pull back your index finger and locate the soft hollow between them. Your inner gate is right underneath your index fingertip. Begin to stimulate the point with the same rhythm, the small motion, gentle presence, deep listening. Press down with a degree of pressure that feels good to you. Let's take a few moments here. I'll give you a moment to sink into the point. Notice what you feel, especially in your chest or emotional center. Let it be what it is. Let's continue this motion for about another 10 seconds. Now to close, brush your fingers gently across both pericardium 6 points on your wrists, like sealing the calm in. You've just activated a natural shift from stress to bliss right at your own fingertips. Feel the spaciousness in your body. Feel the clarity in your mind. Feel the calm in your heart. You are centered, you are safe, and you are ready to return to your day, refreshed, grounded, and in the flow. We have already done PC6 together in all the first 10 episodes to drop into bliss before our time together. Here's my favorite episode and why this point is so valuable to me. Episode 18, The Story You've Outgrown, Rewrite Your Script for Natural Healing and Lasting Self-Care. I will leave the link in the show notes. Listen in this week before we get together again. If you're a visual learner, remember to download your free pericardium 6 acupressure PDF ritual on the blog. The link will be in the show notes. I'd like to share our oil ceremony for today with sandalwood essential oil for a heart-centered calm. Sandalwood has graced temples for millennia. Its scent is a visceral embrace. It's silky and warm with a hint of wood smoke and honeyed resin. It's very complex and very deep. To use sandalwood, place 1 drop in your palm and inhale deeply 3 times, and then massage it over pericardium 6 on your wrists. Feel the buzz behind your eyes soften and the tension dissolves. Whenever you have time to make space for this, I suggest you do. Now we'll share a rose and hibiscus tea infusion for a heart-opening ritual. This tea steeps to a jewel-toned crimson red. It is gorgeous. Hibiscus brings a bright, tart snap, and rose petals add gentle sweetness but astringency. A drizzle of honey rounds it out. It reminds me of a handwritten love note to myself, sweet, warming, and utterly devoted to your heart. I also have this tea as an evening ritual, and it's very soothing as you wind down your evening and are getting ready for slumber. Here's a deeper truth for devotion. Your body is a living altar, and when the urge to rush arises, pause and ask, how can I consecrate this one moment, devotion and love? Show me, divine, how to fully devote my love for my body with delight. As a heart altar ritual, inhale golden light into your chest. And exhale the offering, placing it forward into the atmosphere. Repeat this inhaling of golden light into your chest and exhaling it as an offering forward another time for a total of 3 times. As a sacred fire invocation, you can hold sandalwood oil in your hands and whisper, I offer my devotion to my body as ceremony. These practices aren't random steps. They're energetic keys that unlock your body's innate wisdom. When you inhale golden light into your chest and exhale it forward, you're literally filling your heart altar with healing frequency and then sharing that renewed energy with the world. Each cycle of breath dissolves the tension lodged in your solar plexus, reminding you that your body is a living temple, not a project to fix. When you inhale sandalwood oil and whisper, I offer my devotion to my body as ceremony, you're weaving a sacred fire that burns through old patterns, especially the ancestral echoes that may have anchored themselves in your cells. Sandalwood's resonance warmth clears the mental fog and tethers you to this present moment. In that whisper, you consecrate each cell to the greater purpose of love, transforming every drop of oil into a ritual of remembrance. Devotion is more than an action. It's the consecration of your entire being in each sacred breath, coming back home to yourself, being your own healer. You may have felt pulled to rub your wrists in moments of stress, or instinctively inhaling sandalwood or a peaceful scent. That wasn't coincidence. That was devotion calling you home to your own inner healer. You don't need another technique. You need to consecrate one. Make this yours. Here are some daily devotion practices. This week's mantra weaves together all we've explored, sound, scent, and touch, into a single moment of devotion, your breath. I remember my breath, pausing to feel it fully. Repeat that. I remember my breath, pausing to feel it fully. Here are some micro-ceremonies you can weave in just the briefest of seconds. Turn ordinary moments into little sacred rituals. Pouring a glass of water, touch pericardium 6 on your wrist before your first sip. Stepping outside, inhale nature, or briefly listen to the 528 hertz tone for 3 counts of devotion to healing. Here's a closing blessing for you. At the end of your day, or anytime you need recentering, what ceremony would you create to prove to yourself that your body is more than another project? It's a sacred altar. Next up is precision and the power of clear intention. Join me next week for episode 27, where we explore precision, how clarity cuts away what no longer serves and refines your devotion into crystal clear intention. Devotion isn't confined to a podcast episode. It's woven into every breath, every gesture, every moment you choose presence over performance. I'd love to share something that will support you right now. Grab Shift from Stress to Bliss in 60 seconds, a free audio and a PDF that guides you through the pericardium 6 acupressure point, inner gate, on your inner wrist. It's a calming, heart-softening, breath-deepening ritual you can return to anytime. We've done this today, and this is your peace in your palm. It's a moment of nervous system reset and a moment of protecting your heart from the outside world. It's sacred for you and someone you love. Click the link in the show notes, and I'll deliver it straight to your inbox. If you're inclined, leave a 5-star review if this episode stirred your devotion. It really opens the door for others to step into ceremony with us. Until next time, remember, this is not performance. This is devotion. You are not too much. You are not behind. You are not here to learn healing. You are remembering. You are healing, one sacred ritual at a time. The seed is sown. Your breath knows. Your body remembers. I trust the healing is already unfolding. How will you remain devoted to yourself? That's my healing touch for today. With love and gratitude, thank you for tuning into this episode. It's because of you that I keep shining my light through my voice and my hands. I'm thrilled to be your guide on this journey to holistic wellness. Before you go, remember to hit the follow button so you never miss an episode, and be sure to follow my blog for visuals of all the acupressure PDFs to enhance your learning. I'm Marcy Labor, and I'll meet you here next time on Natural Healing at Your Fingertips.